Hi Scorpio, Sun, Moon and Rising, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to your November reading. So we have an eclipse in Taurus right opposite your sign in your 7th house, and this is a total lunar eclipse happening at a time of the full moon, and we had an eclipse already in your sign that was on the 25th of October. So there's quite a few changes going on in your personality, your general disposition, the way that you see the world and how others see you as well, plus how you are interacting with other people, and there could be some new connections that are showing up in your life. Okay, so let's see how this month specifically is playing out for you. If you want the eclipse specific readings, I've already made videos for that. The November one will be coming up soon, so stay tuned for that, but you can check out the October one already. Okay, so we have Moonrise, relax. All right, so that's very nice, I think, because I think Mars going retrograde in Gemini, that would be your 8th house, by the way, if we go by the rising sign, is kind of wanting to turn inward, and it wants to evaluate some things internally, deal with certain shadow work, and look at how much resources we are sharing with other people, how we connect with each other in terms of intimacy, and so on. So it's nice that we have some time to ourselves to do that. Okay, then we have the Two of Cups, which talks about the partnerships that we were discussing earlier. There could be new connections that you're building, and if you already have someone, then this is the deepening of that bond. You are relating with one another more harmoniously. You are perhaps going on dates more, or you're flirting and things like that. I'm getting a very playful vibe with this card, and if you don't have someone, this shows that there is a very good chance that you will, and you will form a very good and harmonious connection with this person. Okay, then we have the Nine of Cups, which talks about emotional satisfaction and wishes coming to fruition. It's the feeling that I already am abundant. I don't need other things. I don't desire other things, even though, of course, we still have desires. Nine of Cups is sort of being in that state already, and you're like, yep, no, I totally deserve that, and I already am that type of person, so it's not really very hard for the tangible reality to showcase the same thing. For example, instead of thinking, oh, I want that much money, I want that type of partner, and blah, 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 Nine of Cups is finding that type, those qualities that you're looking for in others and in other resources within yourself. So you feel abundant, and then the external world kind of matches your vibe. And there could be literally some wishes coming to fruition here, and you're really happy about this, of course. Okay, then we have the Page of Wands, which is very passionate, fiery, and flirty. Yeah, that flirtatious energy that I was getting earlier. You're very playful, fun, you're entertaining, you're buoyant. There's a very light-hearted energy here. You're also very creative, full of life and full of passion, and therefore you're attracting also like-minded spirits, more friends, also casual friendships and relationships, just so you can have some fun conversations, things like that. But the point of this eclipse cycle is that you don't depend on the external situations. As a Scorpio, you anyway do not. You value your personal sense of empowerment, of course, but of course, living in a society, we're going to rely on one another for at least some things, right? But Page of Wands is like, yeah, I'm carefree. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with how much reliance I have in myself. And it's also uncovering your inner child, the hobbies that you have neglected because life has gotten in the way, it has been all too busy, and blah, 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 all of those things, you know. You're not letting that stop you anymore. You're like, I just need to make that a priority, and if I do that, I'm going to start taking the actions as well. Full of life, zest, and creativity. That's gorgeous. We have Death and Rebirth, which is the Scorpio energy. Of course, this is your card, and it's nice to see you in this reading here. Kind of talking about, as your zodiac symbolizes, transformation. There's big transformation, and as we are seeing with the cards here, I don't need an additional clarifier to know that this is a very happy change. This is something you've been wanting for a while. It's a positive transformation of your environment, and mostly your perspective. Because your perspective is shifting and you're embodying this new persona, you're also bringing in the right kind of people and environment and situations as well, as is the case with manifestation. And yours is taking place from a very deep-rooted personal standpoint. Okay, gorgeous. What else? We also have the Four of Pentacles. So some of you are starting to save. You don't want to rely on someone else for your income. You might be gathering your resources and you're shifting that to a different place. That could be talking about the transformation. And this is giving you a different sense of autonomy and power. You have authority over your own resources, and that is fueling you with more confidence for what is to come. And it is also giving you a lot of liberation and freedom. Speaking of that, we have Saturn in the mix of this coming eclipse, and it's in Aquarius, which is about independence and freedom, and Saturn is about restrictions and limitations. Because it is squaring with the nodal axis, it's basically questioning what is restricting your freedom and how can we shake that loose a little bit. Okay, what structures make sense and what are restrictions? Okay, so Four of Pentacles is about that. It can also be that you're planning to make a shift, and before you do that, you're gathering all of the information and material that you have at the moment in order to find greater freedom down the line. We have Creator Air, which could indicate a lot of communications and a lot of thought processes that are happening at this time. There is clarity and illumination that come your way through this month, and your mind will just be very powerful. Okay, so your power of speech is going to be heightened as well, and what you speak can very well come into reality. So I'm not going to say be careful what you wish for, because I'm not getting any warning here. So I'm going to say that naturally you're moving in that vibe where you know what your thoughts are, you know how to express them, and you know what exactly you want to manifest. Again, a very empowering position. Air also symbolizes analysis and critical thinking, so you're not being swept up by delusional thought. You are very clear about what reality is. You're utilizing your past experiences to determine your future. Not in the sense of extrapolation, but of modification. Like understanding the past is going to help you to modify what can happen in the future, right? Future ain't set in stone. So that's very good and empowering to see. Okay, then we have Creator Water. Okay, two elements coming up. So air signs and water signs. Perhaps you have air signs placements in your chart, and that is playing a significant role. I have my moon in Aquarius and my rising in Scorpio, so I have the water and air combination as well. So something like that could be taking place here, or you are interacting with someone who's an air sign, because the water is clearly you. But it can also be that you have Pisces or Cancerian friends or placements as well, who are playing a strong role. Perhaps this person that you're interacting with, something like that. So Creator Water talks about harmony and togetherness. There is union, there is adjustment and flexibility. It is about emotions and spirituality as well. Your intuition is strong, and I feel like you're using this intuitive ability that Scorpio naturally has. You're also not afraid, you anyway are never afraid, I have to say, but you're not afraid to go into your depths and figure out what needs to be figured out in order to find greater abundance and freedom in your life. You're challenging your subconscious beliefs at the very grassroots. Okay, then what do we have? We have Rise. Whoa, that is very strong, isn't it? This is literally the Phoenix. With this eclipse taking place in your sign and the opposite, it's sort of like finishing off a cycle. We still have another Scorpio eclipse to go in 2023, but for this year, the major part of it is done. That would mainly be the finishing touches and the final bits of transformation, perhaps. But this is where you're recognizing your power, you're shedding old skins, and you are looking to greater, broader avenues. The Page of Wands is very excited and buoyant because it's so excited about what's to come, you know. It's looking forward to the future. It's looking forward to learn many different things and keep being excited and keep rejuvenating its passions and so on. So with the Rise here is basically talking to me about that, but also with the Death and Rebirth, it is emphasizing the shedding of old beliefs and patterns and the way that you see yourself. Okay. So you're rising beyond what others say you should be, or any type of dictation and limitation that you place upon yourself. Then we have choose who you are becoming. Yeah, exactly. This is what I was saying earlier. The future is not set in stone. It never was, it never will be. Okay, this is where the free will comes in. Of course, there are karmic cycles, but within the karmic cycles, how we behave, how we interact is really going to drastically change what we experience beyond the cycle, right? So yes, there are difficult lessons to learn at some point or the other in everybody's lives, but they are there for a purpose. And this here is basically talking about putting the power back in your hands. No one else gets to decide. It's your life. It is your reality. It is your perception, all of that, right? So you can choose who you want to become down the line, who you're becoming from this point onward. You are going to choose and decide that for yourself. Gorgeous, so beautiful, extremely empowering, so nice. Okay, then we have your past supports your future. Talk about synchronicities. And we also have card number 11. Yes, okay, that's what I'm seeing for now. We'll see the other cards. But card number 11 talks about new beginnings and positivity and optimism, new hope and rejuvenation as well. Your past is supporting your future, all the lessons you've learned. That's not useless. It's not only meant for that particular space, because experience turns to wisdom through integration, and then we make different choices because of it, because we know better or know differently now, and so on, right? So how the future is shaping up is not all fateful. It's not all, oh, the universe decided, so I'm just going to go along with that and pretend I have no control over my life whatsoever. No, this here is putting, again, that authority back in your hand. Okay, your experiences and how you perceive it and how you have experienced it and how you are going to utilize it is going to determine the future that you experience as well. Okay, I really love the moon here, which is symbolizing that intuition once again, and that you are protected and you're supported. Your intuition is getting insights from higher realms. It's not a random whim and fancy, especially when we have eclipse season here. The universe is really speaking to us sometimes quite directly. Okay, so take some time to meditate and introspect as well, because that can give you some more direct information. This is, after all, a general reading, and everyone has their own guides and their own trajectory to follow. So yeah, you can know the most personal information from yourself, ideally, of course. Okay, then we have parsec. Yeah, this is talking about the distance is illusory. What felt like it would be really far away is not really far away. And what seems to be super close might not be that close, okay? Basically, this is pointing towards our perception as well. If we imagine that we can earn so-and-so amount like 10 years from now, then so be it, because that's what we're planning for unconsciously. Once we set a date, like, okay, so now all of the steps will rearrange, my mindset will rearrange. Meanwhile, if I say that that I will earn blah, blah, blah in a year or something, then the gears shift, because there is a sense of urgency. There's like, okay, I gotta act now. And if you gotta act now, then what is the mindset? What is the lifestyle? What's the routine? There are so many other questions that come into play here. What this is saying is that timelines are very subjective. Okay, and whenever you're ready, you're ready. It does not have a time period that is set in stone, once again. All right, good that there was an emphasis here. Then we have sidereal space. This kind of corresponds to the Hanged Man energy, according to me. It's about looking at your life from a totally different perspective and getting a broader vision and a future-oriented vision as well, where you can see the consequences of the actions we take at large, and also personally how you are impacting that in your own life and also in the community at large. So this big picture is a moment of silence, okay, with the relax as well, and the meditative guidance that I got is spend some time to just observe. That's what I'm getting. You're observing, you're looking, and you're getting new awareness because of that. And that is shifting your perspective. I really like the viewpoint. The perspective is the same with the death and rebirth. And we also have void. very strong, because this is space, right? This is where everything happens. Without void, there's like no meaning. There is no beginning, there is no origin point of any existence. First there is nothing, and then there is everything, basically, right? And South Node being in your sign is kind of letting go of the old way of being, right? So you're creating an empty space first. That's what the South Node does. It removes. This is also going to be impacting your mind, your thought process, and communication, because the Mercury is there, and makes sense why we have creator air again. So what are the limiting beliefs that limit your freedom? That's a question. And from that space, because you're releasing, you know what to let go, you now have space to make something new. When you have space, it is going to automatically be fulfilled. That's basically the guidance in getting there. Okay, then we have unanimity and harmony. Okay, and this is talking about the Two of Cups. Like I said earlier, you're very harmonious and your life is coming into flow. You're synchronizing with the reality that you wish to experience, the partners and the friends and company and environment that you want to be attracting, all of that. So you're aligning yourself to that reality. Next, we have delicate and fleeting beauty. You're stopping to smell the roses. It's about observing that silence and sitting in it and appreciating what is right now, instead of fixating too much on the past, too much on the future. There is a feeling of mindfulness that is coming up here. You are, I think, voluntarily spending some time to relax and recuperate, even if this was not an advice here. It is really coming out strong. When the South Node is transiting your sign, there is a sort of fatigue because there's a lot going on, right? So any chance you get to rest, perhaps you're going to take it. Okay, and we have hidden secrets. Yeah, your hidden potential and capacity coming to light. There could be some truths and communication that take place within connections that reveal new information. For example, let's say there is a secret crush or something, then that could come up as well, where you recognize, or it could be you confessing to someone. And by doing that, you're changing the trajectory of your relationship style. You can also be going for someone who you don't generally feel attracted to, so someone who's not typically your type, but feels very right to who you are and who you are now, or who you want to be down the line. Okay, so by doing that, you're making new choices, and that is really impacting the future you're experiencing. Okay, rich month. Let's see your astro dice. Scorpio, November, please. We have Libra, Mars, and the 5th house. So dating life, there is a lot of passion and connection. This is the harmony coming into balance, getting a fresh perspective, getting a balanced perspective, and that is freeing up your creativity. You might be, up-leveling your creative skills, working on your hobbies to enhance your talents. You have Pisces in the 5th house, so that really is about intuition and creativity again. Libra is in your 12th house. It could be evaluating past relationship patterns and, again, hidden relationships that you've had, like secret crushes, for example. Relationship is a strong word for a secret crush, but I don't know, like Scorpios can be a little bit obsessive. It could go a little bit out of hand, right, in the back of the mind. But either way, that does not have to be the case for everybody, by the way, okay? Then Mars is coming up here, which is, like I mentioned earlier, is in retrograde in Gemini in your 8th house, which is where Scorpio generally sits. It's a transformative house, and what it is transforming is our base mindset, how we communicate. You might also spend some time to go inward, and you want to read more, you want to write more, you want to connect with a different concept, or you want to collaborate with a different group of people who share the same type of hobby, and you're really passionate and driven towards that. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Scorpios. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope the messages resonated and help you out. Let me know your thoughts, and like and subscribe as well. It really helps grow the channel. If you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box in the comment below. I will see you some other time. In the meantime, check out your astrology zodiac specific eclipse readings. Okay, take care. Bye.